Hey, Alex, welcome to this episode of the Lead Generation Lab interview series. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me, Alice, and I'm so happy to talk with you always.
Oh my gosh, it's so my pleasure. I love chatting with you. So, can you share share with our watchers, our viewers, a little bit more about you and your amazing business?
Sure. So what I love is working with people who are really passionate about their messages. And what we do is that we help them to launch podcasts to share that message with their ideal audience, as well as to grow those podcasts while also growing their business.
Ugh, I love it. I'm going to be behind that. And you view podcasts as PR, right?
Right. I feel like podcast is a ultimate asset for like an online coach, online expert. It does so much for you. It's so much more than like a lead magnet.
It's so much more than a lead magnet. Can you dive a little bit into why you think that?
Sure. So if you think about podcasting, what does it do? It helps you to build your authority because you're coming on week after week or whatever your schedule is, and you're showcasing your expertise. You're also, if you have interviews, showing your connections with like showing your social proof, but you're also building this bond with your listeners that goes beyond even YouTube videos. Like even if we look at statistics that they do on podcast listeners are so engaged. They're so ready to buy. They're so ready to just do whatever with you because they just build this connection through audio that I don't think you get in a lot of other mediums. Plus it's your thing to do on your own time. And like you can sit on your pajamas on your bed and record your podcast. So
yes, you can. I agree with that one. Okay, super cool. So what is something that you've done inside of your business that you're just like nailed it, totally hit it out of the park?
Well, okay. So there's two angles to this, I think. The first is that I actually took a step last week to say, I'm going to list out all my clients since I started in 2018, because I think sometimes I get really caught up in the day-to-day. And I realized I've worked with almost 30 different entrepreneurs on launching their shows and growing their shows. And that was kind of mind-blowing to me because I'm like, I can see these people, the impact that they're making in the world. And I'm just so proud to have been a part of making that impact. And then if you want to look on the personal side of the business, just how far it has come, because I started off with my free, do this, we'll launch together, free group. And now I'm charging over $3,000 for my launch services. So I've come really a long way. And both my husband and myself are full-time in our business, and that's fantastic. That's what we always wanted.
Oh, it's so good. That's so good. That's so good. So you started working for free.
For free.
And now you charge $3,000 for your services.
Right.
Dang. Did you have to do that's phenomenal. What sort of mindset work or what sort of mindset shift did you feel occur in order to like make that progression? Obviously it happened. There was a progression from one to the other, but like what got you there? Like what got you to that point?
So for that, I have to give a lot of props to my husband, who is my business partner, because he has been into personal development from we met, which is like over 10 years ago. But what I found for myself was, even though my skills were leveling up and even though I knew the value that I was offering was better, I was still so hesitant to charge. And it was all because I felt like if it's something that comes easy to me or it doesn't feel so difficult, how could I charge this amount? But the shift that made it for me is recognizing the value that it brought to the other person. So what I realize now is that I'm so confident in what I'm charging. I honestly can say that people don't balk at the price. Like when we have the conversation and I share with them the investment, they're like, okay, because they know what it can do for them and they know the value to them. So taking it away from myself, I think I was too me focused at first. So thinking about the client, what it can do for them and what's value to them was more helpful to me.
I love that. And when people feel something is extremely valuable to them, they're willing to pay for it, and they're willing to pay pretty good money for it too.
And if you're in integrity with yourself, that you know what you're offering value, I don't believe that everybody should be offering it for free. So.
No, you deserve to get paid.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, so now I want to shift and talk a little bit more about Lead Generation Lab. So
sure.
How has Lead Generation Lab come alongside of you and supported you inside of your business?
So I think I'm a founding member.
You are. You are a founding member. So you've been in for like a while.
Over a year.
Like
I've been in over a year.
Yeah.
So Lead Gen Lab, for me, what I love about it is I don't view it as a course, like a course that you go in and you have to, okay, I'm trying to get from module 1 to module 10. I view it as kind of like a library in my back pocket.
Yeah.
So my business has grown and shifted a lot over the past year because I also had a baby. So that changes things, as the mompreneurs will know.
They tend to shake things up
Yes.
a little bit.
Yes. So for example, when I decided that I was going to lean more into my email marketing, I went into Lead Gen Lab to look at the emails, be their sales letters, trainings, email trainings. And I was able to the way I use it is that I kind of pick out the modules that are relevant to me in that moment. So I don't try to study for the future. It's like, what do I want to do now? If I'm running ads, I'll go and refresh myself on the ads training. Or that's what I love about it. It's just in my back pocket to be, what do I need right now? And I'll go and check it.
I love it. And that's exactly how I view it too. It's like a la carte, like, oh, I want to learn more about Instagram marketing. Here I go. I want to do an evergreen webinar. Okay, cool. Here's the email funnel for it. Yeah, I love that you said that, because that's totally how I view it. And I've never actually had a member regurgitate that back to me. So no, nobody's ever said that. So that's cool. That's really cool. So if someone was considering enrolling in Lead Generation Lab, if they're like, I'm just on the fence about it, what would be a piece of advice you'd give them?
Well, the first thing I always say, I'm a big believer in ethical marketing. So I feel like follow your gut. If you are feeling like you need that support or you want that support and you feel drawn to it, check it out. It's not like you're locked in for life. So I would say check it out. But just tune into your gut. Tune into, is this a point in your business where you need some support? You need to figure out some strategies. Plus, it's not just strategies. You also do get like the Facebook group where you can interact both with Allison, you of course, and with the other people in the group. So yeah, I feel like, you know yourself, mompreneurs out there, you feel it in your gut. You know whether or not you want it. Get it if you want it.
I love it.
Invest in yourself.
Yeah. We all need that support and that help. So Alex, thank you so much. This was fabulous.
You're welcome. I hope that helps.
Of course. I mean, it's super helpful. I think anytime, we can hear from people who are in programs, I just think it's helpful in hearing like their experience and helping them to go a little bit deeper into the ideas that they're thinking about and that's going
for sure.
So for sure. So where our viewers, where can our watchers network with you online?
Sure. So I have two things. The first is that if you are considering starting a podcast, I put together a roadmap, which is like an overview of everything you need to know to start your podcast. And you can find that at pivotintoprofit.com, pivotintoprofit.com. Or what I'm starting to do now, which is long overdue, I'm trying to bring my social media up in Q4. Cool. So you can follow me on Instagram. I'm at alexandra.stennett.
Amazing. So we'll put both of those links wherever you guys are watching this. Find the description of this. Those two links will be hanging out in there. Thank you so much. This was incredibly helpful. I'm so grateful.
Thank you for having me, Alison. And thanks for creating the Lead Gen Lab.